Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we started our new world and finished up a bunch of the early game tech tiers and made it to tier 4, which means we have coal power and Mark II miners, which means we're gonna have items out the wazoo. So I destroyed my early starter base, threw all the items in a bin. Hopefully by the end of the day, we can finish phase 2 of the space elevator, the construction dock. That needs 1,000 smart plating, 1,000 versatile framework, and 100 automated wiring, which we actually got done. The other stuff might actually be a little tricky, but we'll find out soon because we're gonna brick up most of this biome, kind of like what I did in my last Let's Play, and then set up perfect production lines so we can make parts a lot more quickly. Except we have a pretty major problem. You see, while I was streaming, I was unlocking alternate recipes, and there's 3 mission critical ones I need at the beginning. So I got the solid steel ingot one, which takes iron ingots and 40 coal, makes 60 steel ingots per minute. This makes all of the numbers in steel production really simple. And it's one of the 3 mission criticals. The other mission critical is the stitched iron plate recipe. That uses iron plates and wire to make reinforced iron plates instead of using, screws. But the last recipe I need is an alternate for the rotor here, which instead of using iron rods and screws, it uses wire and steel pipes. And that's so important because then we'll use the same materials to make stadors. We'll be able to easily automate these 2 items together, and that will all merge into a really clean motor setup. So far, my luck has been terrible. So before we really get cooking on things, we need that last alternate recipe. So praise be the orb, give me the alternate I need. So to begin, we're gonna go for an adventure. A classic early game hard drive hunt. And because I've played this game for thousands of hours, I know pretty much where all the easy drop pod locations are. And for hard drive number 1 today, we're going off onto the oil coast here. And way out in the boonies, we have ourselves a hard drive. Oh God, it's one of those. The new enemy that was added. It's just like a handful of flies, right? Or is it something worse? Well, really, what is worse than a million different flies? Let's just ignore that and let's get the loot. Oh, hello enemy. Hope you're chilling. Don't mind me, just cleaning up some litter, gathering up some free hard drives. Give me that. The loot, fuel, computers,
Damaged
other
hard
things.
drive recovered. Return it to the MAM for data recovery.
Can do. Let me just scoot out of here, please. And we'll let this one cook while we run around. And you know how like 2 seconds ago I said I memorized the map and I know where all the hard drives are? I don't exactly remember this location. There's a cave here that has a ton of lizard doggos in it and some wrecked drop pod stuff. Is there actually a drop pod in here? It doesn't look like it. But look at all the doggos, aren't they cute? Hello, pet. Look, garbage. Plastic. What the heck? A helmet. Oh! In the first episode, we're told that we're the 3rd pioneer to successfully land. So this was another one of the pioneers. Oh, ripperoni, bud. So I guess there's some more cosmetics hidden around the map. That is not our goal today. Our goal is hard drives. Isn't that right, buddy? Right. Pet, come back, pet. Alrighty, Rocky Desert start location. And we have a hard drive and number 2 and some friends. Oh my gosh, they came out of nowhere. Holy macaroni, what a total disaster. Loot, rotors, can do, give me that. Hard drive and number 3, surrounded by bees. Just be free, it is free, give this to me, I'm gonna die. Ah! Go. Screw you, bees. And hard drive 4, on top of this ridiculous cliff. Hello. Who cares, let's just get it. 120 megawatts in this economy? This is not good. This is really not good. Okay. Fart plants, demon. Wait, I have a gun. When did I unlock this? Don't know, but thank you, past kids. It helps a lot. Helps us get our power on, the enemy out of the way, and if we scoot in quick enough, that's another hard drive for me. Give me the loot. Garbage though, I need it. Anything else, anything else, anything else, anything else? No, nothing important, okay. We ride on. Go and collect the last hard drive of the trip, which is in the absolute worst place ever. Heck, you know what? Maybe we don't even need it, but we're here now. Ow, go away, bees! Jeez Louise. The last hard drive is ours. So the big question is, did we even need it? Ma'am be praised. Did we get lucky with the one we started scanning? Please? Oh no, neither of those are the steel rotor recipe I wanted, what the heck? But maybe on the reroll? Oh my gosh. Well, good thing we got a bunch of these. Those are all the easy hard drives I wanted to scoop up right now. So we'll go back home, let the hard drives cook. While we wait, we can set up our new main base. And the design we're going for here is a simple one. We're making this biome into a slab. And by that I mean we're using a design I used in my last playthrough, where I went to another biome called the Dune Desert and turned it into this. And we're gonna do the same to part of this biome. We're not gonna go all too crazy though. We are limited by the technology of our time. However, this aesthetic design is really good for future-proofing because we can just get rid of the machines that I built on it and replace them with whatever kind of setup I want in the future. What I mean to say is it works for now. So we just have to re-automate everything in the game again. And starting with some iron rods. That'll be 120 iron ingots into 8 machines. Next set, I guess, will be iron plates. And that'll just be 4 of these guys, eh? As for the last one, you know what? I think I need to go and grab my copper supplies. Then we'll use some of the copper to make wire. 2 of these machines will feed into the copper setup. Then we'll just stuff it in a bin for our personal use. We'll have 1 machine that will be for copper sheets. That'll be the same kind of deal. And the rest is all wire for stitched, reinforced iron plates, and all the other nonsense. Then at the end of the line, we'll just have a bunch of bins, and it can be like our little storage room until we get something better to work with. But are we going to be able to build everything we want now? Has the ma'am blessed us? Okay, that's copper alloy ingot with iron for more copper, not bad. And Gaterium wire? No. Bio coal? Okay, I suppose we're getting cheap silica then for now. And we'll just keep letting them cook. It's getting a little annoying here. We really need that recipe to really rock and roll. It's not like we don't have things to do. Next up on the agenda is our steel setup. And oh my goodness, I can't believe it, but I still haven't found the alternate recipe I want. However, they did add some very dramatic new alternate recipes. Probably the weirdest one is the iron pipe recipe here. So it's 100 iron ingots for 25 steel pipe. So you don't even need steel for steel, which makes sense. It's iron pipe now, but this is very game changing. And especially if you started in a biome that has a lot more iron than where I started here. So that's really neat. And then one recipe I got obsessed with were these 2, the molded recipes. So it takes steel ingots and concrete to make steel beams, and then it's the same deal for steel pipes. And the ratios on these recipes are great. So usually when you're making steel pipes, well, I guess it's not usually anymore because now you have this recipe, but back in the day, we'll say, all you had was this recipe, which is a 3-to-2 steel pipe ratio. But the new ones have a 1-to-1 steel ratio with just added concrete, which is abundant and a kind of useless resource. And then for the steel beams, it's a 4-to-1 ratio, which is terrible. But in the molded recipe, it's kind of like I think it's like a 2.3, 2.6-ish ratio. So dramatically less steel per steel beam. And again, you just add in concrete, and concrete's everywhere. Or so I thought. So for the last little while, as I've been scanning garbage hard drives, I've set up this new steel area using this new concrete recipe. And at the end of the day, this all ended up using 224 concrete. Not a lot, you would think, but that means you need 672 limestone. Not a lot if you're in the late game, but early game, that is ridiculous. And what I've had to do is scoop up almost all of the limestone nodes in the whole biome. So I sent some little belt highways over to a bunch of nodes over there. There's a normal and impure one. Same deal over here. And then I even went way over there, beyond the arch, to really just get some coal. And extend our belt highways over in that direction to scoop more limestone. And I grabbed some iron from there as well, since we needed that for steel. So this is good, really good. We're making tons and tons of steel products. Just took a lot of work, and I unfortunately have a problem that I never would have seen coming. In the assemblers, we need to make encased industrial beams, and those take concrete. And now I just used up most of my limestone, so this production line is gonna have a bad time, unless we use our quartz to make concrete. And you know what? We're in the early game. This is a weird point in our factory's development. You could just redo the setups later on. And what I'm kind of getting at is maybe I do actually use that fine concrete recipe. It's crazy. Never in a million years would I think of doing such a thing, but if it comes to it, we will. Also because they added more quartz around this biome. So before, the only quartz you could get is like way out here, but now there's some quartz added around this zone. Yeah. 4 nodes. I didn't think there'd be that much quartz. I wonder if they're actually normal and pure nodes. That'd be amazing. I gotta go check it out. The only problem is it's in this biome here, and there are a lot of bees around. Plus a lot of foliage to get out of the way. But there's the quartz. Now please be normal at least. Nice. And the other nodes? I think there's one probably up this way. What the heck are you? Friend? Well, non-hostile. I think it'd be a bit of a stretch to call you a friend. Oh, but you led me to a pure quartz node? Okay, creepy bug plant thing. We're cool for now. So there is a pure node here. There's a pure one, a normal one. There's another node right there. And it's impure. You know, that's actually fine. As long as we have a normal and an impure, that is a lot of quartz. And there's one more node somewhere else. Or no, there's just 3. And again, that's totally fine. Great, in fact. Much better than traveling from our home base all the way out there. Like this distance, much better. And that other quartz there isn't really worth considering because it's way up on top of that cliff, like by gas clouds and stuff. It's terrible. So we'll keep that consideration in mind. In the meantime, I got this factory all running and rocking and rolling. All the bins are full of goodies. And I even got some assemblers made that are making reinforced iron plates with a wonderful stitched plate recipe. And then over here, we will have some modular frames being made once I get some steel pipes over this way. I think we are making about 240 per minute, so this would be negligible. This is 40, right? Yep, that would be 40. And then down over here, we'll make the space elevator parts once I get that freaking rotor recipe. And oh, wait. I can also make the versatile frame right now. Yeah, let's do that. In fact, how about this? Put that assembler right next door, and the versatile framework just takes modular frames and steel beams. And we're making 45 per minute right over there. So beams, let's rock and roll. Once they're set up, we can have the extra ones go in a bin so we can use them for belts. And we can set up a bunch of other systems all over the place. It's just fantastic. I just love it in this game when you go from being so materially challenged to having it all. But of course, there's always something. And man, I really miss my hover pack. Moving around like a goofy monkey is not efficient. But we'll have it soon enough. Just gotta run off and get some more hard drives. And to be blunt, it's practically impossible for us not to get this recipe very soon. Because I've scanned probably at 10 to 15 hard drives. And we're just running out of recipes. All right, this is the one. This is the one. This isn't the one. But you know what? I can fix my odds. If I just scan hard drives and I leave them all in here, then it blocks these recipes from showing up again. Whoa. Very clever, Mr. Keebs. And it has been hours now, and I have been all over the place trying to find this alternate recipe, and I still haven't found it. I've gone through like 100,000 hard drives. I'm starting to lose it. Even went to a creative world to make sure the recipe still even exists, and it does. The way things are going, you could have fooled me. But it was all worth it, 100%, because now I absolutely have the recipe I want, 100%. There's no way the ma'am would cheat me out of it again, right? Oh my gosh. Another 10 minutes it is then. After long last, the alternate steel rotor recipe is mine. Took about an hour and 20 minutes of just rolling these hard drives and another 10 before it, but ho ho ho! We made it. Give me the rotor. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. And there's a ton of other recipes that we can get too. And we can always rescan them to get other versions, and it's fantastic. And you know, we probably have every alternate recipe available in the game to us right now. Wow, what a nightmare. And the main thing is progress. So after belting all of the steel stuff over to here and getting the other space elevator part automated, brought some wire through this system so that it's all running properly. And then the two things, the extra wire and the steel pipes, can go into a goofy little motor setup. This is all I want to do. It's 7 assemblers, that's it. But it's perfect and clean, and you know, it probably would have been faster and easier just to deal with screws at this point, but look, it's done. The steel pipes are in here, making the stators. We get 15 stators. We have the nice recipe in here with the same inputs, and we get the 5 rotors. So 15 stators, 15 rotors, all goes into one motor assembler, and it makes us 7.5 motors per minute. My goodness. And we don't even need the motors yet. But it had to be done. It had to be done. I didn't want to work any further without it being done. And now, we're rich. We have steel beams for days, steel pipes for days. The rest of the stuff is backed up out the wazoo. Look at all of the reinforced iron plates. A full little bin full. Wow, wow. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. And where are we at then? On space elevator stuff. We got about 500 and change of the versatile framework that is being made in one little assembler. And then we have another 46 in there. And then I need to make another rotor setup and then install that to go into these other assemblers over here. There's 4 of them. They've been loading up with reinforced plates for the last forever. Now let's just get this party started here, fully overclock this nonsense, then build a new little rotor station way back here on the slab, just behind the concrete. We'll move these belts like 5 feet. The absolutely stupendous straight build mode. One of the best additions to the game. With that connected and running, we just need to spam a bunch of assemblers and we're good to go. How many assemblers? I don't know. I don't really care. Just as many as we can fit. Because the second we're done with this nonsense, we can tear it all down and build a different factory here anyway. All right, because of the limited amount of copper we have, I was able to get 6 of these assemblers running, meaning we have 30 rotors per minute going on down, which crashed my power grid, so I tripled the coal plants I had. And with the extra power, we're able to run our factory without relying on biomass burners. And we now have the space elevator parts automated. So it will still take a minute to get the 1,000 of them, but that's okay, plenty more to do. Like clean up the useless biomass burners, and also the rest of our area. Now we have nice walkways going through all of our machines here. We can access all of our bins when we want to. I even built some batteries because I was getting annoyed with the biomass burners. And then I cleaned up our hub by making a little hub area on this side of the slab. And because I was fiddling with stuff so long, look at how many motors we already have. Like, you would think that 7.5 per minute isn't that fast, but man, it's been cooking. Over 1,000 already. You better believe it'll come in handy once we finish phase 2 of the space elevator, which is right now. 1, 2, 3, load it. Let's watch our movie. Movie time, everybody loves movie time. It's about the construction dock. Yay.
Congratulations, the Phase
Thanks.
2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery.
I did it.
On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more.
Good.
Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
For Fix It. 3, 2, 1, go. We're delivering the goods. Off it goes. Explosion. Goodbye, clouds. Thank you for that feature. And I just love watching the construction commence. It's so cool. We're actually doing something instead of just sending items to the void. All right. Oh my gosh, this thing is looking awesome, and it's only phase 2. Oh my gosh. Phase 2 is complete. What now, Ada?
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day.
Yay!
Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue.
Can do. Oh boy, though, this is where things really ramp up. Oh, we still need more versatile framework? All right, we'll leave that system. Modular engines, kind of spooky. Adaptive control units. Ooh, I know those need a lot of computers. Well, that's okay, because now that we have oil, we can do anything. Because oil leads to fuel, and fuel leads to petroleum power. And fuel-powered generators were buffed with 1.0, so they are amazing. Also, we get the jetpack, Mark IV belts, trucks, and in Tier 6, choo! And because we have so much tech at this point, it's probably finally worth it to start learning a little bit about alien technology. But there's one last critical thing I gotta do first. Let's go up into the hills to collect more rocks. Because we'll be getting Mark IV belts soon, and I need my encased industrial beams. And what, did you think I'd actually use that fine concrete recipe and waste my quartz? Well, you're crazy, because I haven't lost all my marbles just yet. However, though, that is gonna be all for now, so if you enjoyed, remember to subscribe for more. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.